the person that can communicate their concepts and genius in a very concise manner that is digestible.
Sure.
Is the person that actually reaches more people with their niche.
Yeah.
So people are afraid to choose a niche, but actually you can reach a lot of people if you learn how to communicate to more people.
Yeah.
And that's what I call having a broad approach with your niche.
All right, guys, welcome to Success on Repeat. Welcome back to Success on Repeat. What a blessing it is to have you here. I'm very excited. You know, we're in Tampa with the JW Marriott Hotel. We just finished like 5 days of masterminding. We've been having a great time. And I'll tell you what, it's a tough life, but somebody's got to live it, you know? And so I'm here today with Omar El Takori. You may know Omar El Takori because, I don't know, you're famous now, right?
I guess in certain contexts.
I don't know, you know, it's funny. At first, when I first met you, you had one of those like faces, right? Where you looked really familiar, you know, but I couldn't place the context. Then I think when you said like, I do the videos, I have no doubt in my mind that before I met you, I got a ton of value out of what you already put out there.
It's cool.
Because I mean, not for nothing, I might even be using some of the stuff that I learned from you that I didn't even realize I learned from you. You know what I mean? So like low key, it works that way.
Yeah,
you know?
no, it's cool.
So thanks for being here. I appreciate you. We have a short amount of time today. So what I want to do is I want to jump right into, you know, we've got guys out here that are looking to be successful, right? They have a hope, they have a dream, and we try to direct them in the direction of saying like, whatever business model you pick, find something that pays you over and over again without a ton of maintenance. So content, right,
yes,
is one of those models. 100%. And one of the cool parts about content is that it's a double purpose, right? You can use your content to sell other things while making money off of your content. And so, I don't know, maybe you could help us even understand how that works.
I think video is more than dual purpose. You know, they say that like, people do business with others because they know, like, and trust them.
Right.
And how do you get people to know, like, and trust you? By like spending time with somebody.
Right.
And I can't think of a different or a better medium than video that actually automates know, like, and trust. So you said you met me in person, but before you met me in person, we met.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't have to, though.
That's true. Yeah.
So it built a little bit of familiarity. So if you were going to do business or you needed some type of service or whatever, something I provide, and maybe a few other people do, the likelihood that you'll probably do it with me is higher because I take the time to make videos.
Right.
And when you're talking about repeatable success, I mean, I talk about, would you say, what's the concept?
Residual income. Yeah.
Income. So like
your bills are residual.
Yeah.
Every month they come in.
Right.
Your money should be on residual too.
So I would say when you post videos online, and I'm like, I love YouTube.
Sure.
But it doesn't matter when you post videos online, the more you do it, that's why it's like building wealth.
Right.
The sooner you start, the bigger the archive you create that just is generating viewership.
Yes.
And all the goats will tell you right now, the guys that are running brands online and really talking about business, they'll all tell you that money isn't the greatest resource.
Right.
Attention is. Alex Hormozi says attention is like the new oil.
Yeah.
And
before, like, even there was a short period of time where I thought people were talking about data. Like, data is, now it's like attention.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, well, the attention will give you data.
Right.
And this is what's funny. People are afraid to put out content because we know we care too much about what other people think. But the more you put out there, the more feedback you actually get.
Sure.
Like the platforms actually give you feedback for putting out a lot of content.
Right.
So
like if you use it right, then you can go back and you can pull demographic data right out of it.
Demographic data, but even it'll just tell you like, hey, your audience isn't really interested in this type of content.
Right.
It'll show you, the amount of views you're getting per 48 hours.
Right.
Like people get to engage in your stuff. Like, oh, I love this video.
Sure.
It'd be really cool if you guys made a video on this. Like you're getting feedback in so many different levels. And that's what's so funny about people who like crush it with content is they get the benefit of the feedback to do even more. So like what really is happening right now with entrepreneur creators is that it's getting really small at the top because so few are willing to just take the time to do the work. But the reason why people don't take the time to do the work to create content, in my opinion, is they have a poor perception of time and productivity.
Got it.
Because if I can do anything in my time, if I can do any activity that multiplies myself and fulfills a purpose in my business, you should probably do it as much as possible.
So I've heard it said that is collapsing time frames.
Yes.
Right? Because if you have one-to-one, like I've sold for, I don't know, decades now, one-to-one, right? Where we get people to, agree to buy our stuff, but it's all one-to-one.
Right.
So I can only multiply that so many ways, right? I can only make so many calls to set so many appointments, right? But then when you make content, it's one-to-many.
100.
And okay, so you said something about the content that I want to go back to. That people in their business, when they're multiplying kind of what they're doing, that there's an issue that the top is getting small, right? That there's it's like a pyramid, right? Which I guess everything in life kind of works that way, right? The cream rises to the top, right? How the work that people need to put in, right? So the first step would be start making content. Nobody's good at it at first, maybe some people have some natural talent, but in general, probably not everybody good. What is the work from once they've started to take that action to start getting good at the content game? What is that work? Is it data analytics? When they're looking for data, what are they looking for? Is it the retention curve? Like, hey, the people stopped watching at this point. What did I do at that point?
Yeah.
What is that work?
Well, I think that's reserved for the person that's willing to have uploaded their first 35, 50 videos. So the work is to just get videos up there. Okay, so first step, start putting it out. Yeah, just putting it out
so you can get the data.
Yes, and the unseen work,
right?
Which should be you getting better at communication.
Yeah,
should be you at getting better at dialing down and distilling down the information you want to share, so that it's more attainable, it's attractive, it's applicable.
Yeah,
because the reason why the cream rises to the top is because the person that can communicate their concepts and genius in a very concise manner that is digestible, is the person that actually reaches more people with their niche.
Yeah.
So people are afraid to choose a niche, but actually you can reach a lot of people if you learn how to communicate to more people.
Yeah.
And that's what I call having a broad approach with your niche. So like, for instance, you could start a podcast that's specifically to business owners who you would like to maybe change their merchant services or something.
Sure.
Right?
So like, even in the coaching and consulting world, right? Stripe is like the big devil.
Yeah.
But everybody starts out using Stripe.
I'm just saying, you can make, I don't know how long you can exhaust the conversation between Stripe versus PayPal versus Clover versus whatever.
Right.
But I would argue, knowing your business model, that if you made content around entrepreneurship and business models and business types and sales skills and conversion, and then the funnel at the top is way bigger,
right,
and can get more people into your
that's right
program.
So this is you're describing what I'm trying to do with success on repeat.
Yeah.
Success on repeat. People are studying entrepreneurship, and there's going to be a target market for me.
Yes.
And in that target market is and I say 18 to 35-year-old males who are looking to make money, right? And I can help them change their life with money forever, because I personally believe life-changing money is just double your bills in residual income. So if you need $7,000 to run your household, then $14,000 in residuals will change your life.
No, it did. Teach me the ways, bro.
Yeah. Now you can change. Now you can think.
Yeah.
Right. But that's a select demographic that's going to want to go out and sell merchant services, right?
Yeah.
There's only a certain number of people. So then what I do is I have people like you, right? You also have a residual business model for people that you also teach people how to do, right? And so I can bring entrepreneurs on, and then people are interested in this. I mean, I don't know, I'm kind of an entrepreneurship junkie myself. I have my business.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily going to go into somebody else's business, but I hear about business models and all of these things, and I like geek out, right?
Yeah.
Because it's that and then Bible stuff, right?
Yeah.
I had a Bible podcast for 6 years called Christians with Torah. People should check it out. I've transitioned more into business content, but the Bible stuff is still there and it comes out all the time, right? So it's kind of like this demographic of people that are here with us, right? I mean, those are my people, So, I know we have limited time. Knowing the entrepreneurship, I know you've been here and you've been masterminding. What's a cool thing that you've learned while you're here, that you've thought of, maybe even for your business, that you want to apply when you go home?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a very content human being.
Yeah, praise God.
You know,
I understand.
something I have found, like I have a great community back home. I love my circle. I love my family. I love my situation.
Yeah,
I love my life. Like it's really cool.
Yeah.
And so like when
that's a superpower, by the way. Yeah.
And I need to be reminded it is because it's my day to day.
Right.
But you know, Benjamin Hardy talks about how to like have like impossible goals.
Yes.
And like my brain and heart and spirit just resorts to like why, you know, like and the answer might be to see what you're capable of, to see how big God is. Like, I mean, everybody will have a different answer to that.
Right.
But before I like take on more, because I think there is a definition or an incorrect definition of success for most entrepreneurs.
100.
Most entrepreneurs think more is success.
Well, more money.
More money.
Yeah.
And sometimes less is success.
Yes.
More time with your family, which means less in your business, or, you know, per se, but
sure.
And so like, I think taking what he was talking about and wrestling with it is what I need to do.
Yeah. What does that mean to you?
Yeah. Because I do see how he said, like when you focus on the impossible goal and you shrink down the time frame, like, you know,
I'll give you an impossible goal. Maybe, and this just popped into my head. You can put parameters on that impossible goal. It doesn't have to just be, hey, I want to make $100 million.
Right.
It could also be, I want to make $100 million part-time.
Right.
Because I want to spend the other half of my time with my circle.
Yep.
Right. You want to pour into my kids, right?
I feel like most of the answer for like even like the financial goals though are like raise your prices or
so that's one of them. Yeah.
But
sell more stuff or raise the prices.
But no, dude, I think more than anything when I come to spaces like this, especially with someone like Myron, you know, just getting the spirit, like catching, there are things that he teaches.
Yes.
That you can get from the teaching, but then there's just things to be caught.
Yes.
And that only happens in proximity.
I agree.
And so I make the time to come here a few times a year and get around him. You know?
Well, I appreciate you making the time to hang out with us.
Dude, heck yeah. Sorry, it had to be short.
No.
But hey, I'll be in Tampa more often, and you got your studio.
We'll do it again. That's right.
We'll
do it again. We'll do it again.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring you guys some of the nuggets. You should check out his channel, right? He's got a podcast. It's called The Department.
Yeah.
And what's really cool about it is kind of like we were talking about all those different categories of entrepreneurship. You've kind of, in a cool marketing way, created, hey, this is this department, right? The video department being kind of your niche. But then you're bringing on other people that have those departments. And so you definitely should check it out if you haven't done that already. And then you've also had some kind of big success recently with doing the challenge model.
Yeah.
And your challenge, what's the name of your challenge?
The Content to Cash Challenge.
Content to Cash Challenge. And it's contenttocashchallenge.com?
It would be, well, you would just go on my Instagram bio and then it'll be right there.
Which is Omar El Takori on Instagram.
Or the link in the podcast.
Yeah, we'll put a link. Yeah, we'll get an affiliate link and then we'll put a link. Yeah. And but doing the challenge, I think people would benefit from. So if you're interested in finding a way.
I mean, I don't avail myself more than I do on that challenge. Like, you know, 5 days of Q&A.
Yeah.
And 5 days of like the information you need to be successful, like for what, like $200 for VIP. I mean,
well, there's a lot of people out there that have something inside of them.
Yeah.
And you're saying you can monetize it.
100.
So content to cash makes sense to me. Here I am, we're doing content, right?
Yeah.
And I know that in one way or another, whether it's the know, like, and trust thing that you were talking about before, or it's an actual offer that we make, content to cash is a piece of the puzzle. You got the roadmap. Yeah. So you should check that out. If you have any questions or anything like that, you can reach out to us. We can probably slip a question over to them and go from there. But I'll tell you what, attention is the new currency, right? So yes, the whole point is still to bring real currency to you, but you have to put content out in order to get that attention. So I think we need to pay attention to what Omar has to say and go from there. So bless you guys. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you, Omar, again. And I'll see you guys on the next one.